Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to learn how to engage these abs and make sure we are getting the most out of all of our ab workouts. So we're going to go through some of the terms that I love to use in my workouts, such as tuck those hips under, engage those abs, make sure you're sucking your belly button to the floor, make sure your back is nice and flat and there is no gap between you and the ground. And we're also going to talk about breathing and how we should breathe throughout each ab exercise. So up first, we're going to talk about how to tuck our hips under. So if you're at home and you want to go through these exercises with me, we're going to start standing up and we're going to practice taking our hips from a neutral position and then tucking them under like this. If you're at home as well, I also recommend doing this in front of a mirror because then you can kind of see what your body's doing and get a visual of what it looks like as well. So we're taking our hips from here and we're tucking them under. So you're taking that tailbone from this neutral position and then you're tucking it underneath your bum and sucking everything in, okay? So let's practice this for a few here. Have your hands on your hips and then just feel that motion as you take them out. And you can have that butt sticking out a little bit here and then you're tucking it under like this. If you're looking at your spine is kind of has an arch in it in this position, and then when you tuck your hips under, it's flattening out like this as well. Okay, so let's just practice this for a few more here. Squeeze and tuck it under. If your tailbone had a tail on it, it would be wagging out in this neutral position, and then if you were going to tuck it under, it would be like you've got trouble and you're tucking your tail between your legs and really sucking everything in here, okay? So this is what we're going to do when we get down to the floor. So kind of remember how this feels. Okay, let's do one more. And then now let's try to do that down on the mat. So let's come down to the mat. One thing I like to do as well, to test to make sure I'm doing this correctly, is have a tea towel or a small bath towel handy and lay that underneath the lower part of your back. And then as you lay down, you're just going to have that there and we're going to test that out very shortly. But first of all, we're just going to talk about how this feels and what we should be doing next. So when we're laying down here, it is natural for our back to have a slight arch in it, but we just don't want that to be there when we are doing our ab exercises. So now we're going to try what we were doing standing up and we're going to tuck those hips under. So you can take this through that motion a few times just to remind yourself what that feels like. So you can go from a neutral kind of slight arch in your back and then tuck those hips under. So here we go, we can just do this a few times. Okay, so once we've tucked those hips under, I want you just to do that and then I want you to try to pull that towel out. And it should come out quite easily because we haven't engaged our abs yet, which is the next thing we're gonna do. So now put that towel back where it was, tuck those hips under, and now think about sucking that belly button to the floor and engaging all of those abdominal muscles and really pulling them down into the ground. Okay, and then once you've done that, I want you to try to pull that towel out now. It shouldn't move, it shouldn't budge, it should be very stuck underneath your back. This is where I need you to be during our ab workouts. When I say suck your belly button down to the floor and engage all your abs, this is what I mean, okay? So, next up, we're gonna bring those legs up to the sky and we're gonna keep all of those abdominal muscles engaged and nice and sucked down to the floor. So, one thing I would recommend if you're just learning this and you just wanna make sure you're doing it properly, keep that towel underneath you and just have a tug on it once in a while just to confirm that all of these muscles here are engaged. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to talk about was especially this exercise, when we take our legs down and up, it's very important that we don't let our backs come off the ground. So as we're learning and as we're getting stronger, when we start this, we're going to only be able to move this in a very small range of motion without that back coming off the ground. So if you ever find yourself bringing your legs down too far and then trying to pull this towel and the towel comes out very easy, that means you've taken your legs down too far and you're not ready for that. Yeah, so just keep yourself moving through a motion where you can keep that tension in your core here and that towel can't come out. That will make sure that you're not going to injure your back and you're still working your core, and as you get stronger and stronger, you're going to be able to take those down further and further. But just take your time and listen to your body and just work up to it, okay? But yeah, have this towel close by, and especially when we're doing ab workouts, put it in there just to confirm that you're doing it properly. Okay, so those are the first two things. So tucking your hips under and then sucking and engaging all of your abdominal muscles and your belly button to the floor so that that towel can't come out. That is also the same for when we do bicycles like this. You should not be able to pull that towel out throughout this exercise as well. So it's very good just to have that there just to confirm throughout an ab exercise or an ab workout. Okay, number 3, breathing. Breathing is also so important. You must breathe throughout workouts, throughout exercises. Don't hold your breath. You don't need to do that. You need to be breathing. You need to be giving yourself oxygen. So I wanted to talk about breathing, especially during ab exercises. So what we want to be doing is we want to be exhaling on the hardest part of the exercise. So if we were going to do a leg lower and up, we would want to exhale as we lower those legs and the abdominals are at the most tension, and then inhale to bring those legs back up. So it is exhale and inhale. So your abs are really tight and really engaged on the way down, and then that's when we want to exhale, and then we want to inhale to bring those legs back up. So if we were going to do a bicycle, we would want to exhale as we crunch and lift our shoulders and reach our elbow to our knee, and then we would want to inhale throughout the transition here to exhale on this side like that. So it should look like okay, so try to get your mind around that term of exhaling as you crunch and engage those abs, and it's the hardest part of the exercise. So if we were doing the toe touch like this, we should be exhaling as we reach up. And inhaling as we come down and as we're through that transition. If we were doing toe taps to the side like this, we should be exhaling as we crunch our side obliques and touch our toe. If we were just doing small sit-ups with our hands behind our neck, we should be exhaling as we crunch those abs and then inhale on the way down. Okay, that one might take a little bit of time to really understand completely, but just try and think about each exercise and when the abs are most engaged and most under load, or at least being crunched. That's when you want to exhale, and then you want to inhale during the transition or to bring them back up. So we learned 3 things today. So we talked about how to tuck those hips under. We talked about how to engage our core, suck our belly buttons to the ground, and make sure that there's no gap between the back and the floor. And you can test that by using a towel underneath the lower part of your spine here, and you can keep it through there throughout the workout just to make sure that you're engaging throughout the whole exercise. And then we also talked about breathing and how important it is to exhale throughout the hardest part of the movement, and then inhale throughout the transition or to bring the legs back up. So if you have any questions about anything we talked about today, please do let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, if you're ready to try these out in a workout, I've left a link to a few ab workouts in the description of this video, so go and try it out. Put the towel underneath you and make sure when I point those returns to you throughout the exercises that you're doing. You're sucking your belly button to the floor, you can't pull this towel out, and see how you go. Let me know as well. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure to hit the big subscribe button and turn on those notifications and go and check out more of my videos on my page. Otherwise, until next time, stay safe, stay well. Bye.